Okay, we can go now.
Okay, we're back, again in the middle of a scene because last time we recorded, my computer died in the middle of the scene, and I'm very thankful that the footage wasn't lost, but what was happening last time?
Uh, we just had the diner scene. Uh, they had some chalky milk.
Yeah,
They're epic.
and now they're in traffic, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Still a couple miles away, I can finally see the exit for the park itself. Some people continue past, staying on the highway, but most are in line for arches. At least there's a whole lane for people like us. Traffic is congested like my nose in winter, but the end is in sight. May as well get comfy, we're gonna be here for a while. Taking my advice, Marina leans back and props her feet up on the dash. Her dress bunches up by her knees, leaving most of her legs exposed. I sneak a few guilty glances from the corner of my eye. If I didn't know better, I'd think that all the skin she shows was intentional, but it's Marina, which means she's probably not even conscious about this stuff. I think... What do you think?
Uh, summer. Like, barely anyone thinks about, like, that sort of stuff when they're wearing a dress.
Wait, is it summer? Do we know that? Because they're in Arizona, right?
They're in Arizona, and they said it multiple times that it's hot. I'm pretty sure that, like, it is summer.
I mean, I've not been to Arizona, but I just kind of assumed it was hot all the time.
I'm assuming it's hot all the time, too, but I think it varies from, like, absolutely I'm gonna die heat, and, like, oh, this is just a nice spring day sort of heat.
Yeah, I guess. Or for me, for that matter. I wonder if she knows that I'm into her. To distract... She's not even lying to herself at this point. To distract myself, I grab the box of tapes. I kept the music off earlier so that Marina could sleep. Wanna pick this time?
Sure.
Setting it in her lap, she begins to rummage through the bin. I'm pretty sure that she knows all the music I have by now. We've listened to every tape at least once, and I have an okay feel for what she likes and what she doesn't. Sometimes she taps her fingers to the beat or hums along when she likes what we're listening to. If she doesn't, she flat out ignores it. Then what she settles on is an album of instrumental folk songs, very stereotypical Western sounding. It's a little high energy for just sitting still in traffic, but that's alright. It's better than nothing. We just listen to the music, which I've cranked up loud, while we wait. The album is nearly half over by the time we finally make it through the park gates. Beyond them, traffic mercifully lets up some. Not because there are fewer cars, there are more cars than rocks to be seen. But a lot of those are pulled off to on the shoulder, or cramped into parking lots, nearly every inch of pavement that doesn't have a car on it as a person instead. Also, there are different trails and forks in the road, so not everyone is going in the same direction now. Being able to drive without having to tap the brakes every second is a relief. A pickup truck towing a trailer pulls off the shoulder ahead and back onto the road, so I take his spot. Putting it in park, I take a swig of stone-cold coffee. Wanna grab the pamphlets? We snagged a couple of brochures back at the diner. They don't have a lot of info, but they're a starting point. Marina retrieves them and spreads them out on the table like puzzle pieces. Along them is the journal. Its spine has lost all the strength and the pages just flop around. So the journal says that it's buried between two things.
Right. Something out of the way.
Peering out the windshield and to the expanses beyond, there's a lot that could be considered out of the way. It'd have to be something memorable, or else we'd come back and have no idea where to go.
And anything memorable is probably going to be something popular, right?
Exactly, yeah. She flips through some of the pamphlets. They all have the same information on the same landmarks, just with slightly different pictures. Wait. She was about to toss one of them, but it catches my eye. Hand me that. Marina passes over the brochure, and I turn to one of the inner pages. It has only one picture, but a longer paragraph of text. I read aloud. One of the most famous landmarks in all of the park. Double Arch is a fan favorite. Recognizable for its two elegant curves, Double Arch can be accessed via a short hike and is open to exploration. Held up flowers so she can see the picture. It's of two huge arches of stone, connected at one side but otherwise perpendicular from each other. She snatches it out of my hands for a closer look, nearly cutting my fingers.
Oh my god, you think it's between the two of these?
That makes sense, right? You definitely remember how it looks, and it's kind of out of the way. The papers whiz past my face as Marina hurls them backwards as she points forward.
Full steam ahead!
I throw the RV back into drive and pull out on the road again. There are signs out everywhere for Double Arch, so we don't need the map that we got at the gate. We pass signs for other landmarks too, some with pretty weird names. There's the Parade of Elephants, for one thing, which is the same direction as Hamrock. Okay.
I mean, that seems like a very national park thing to do. It's...
Yeah, okay. I'm not even gonna read that one out.
Scientists have humor.
Yeah. All of those are down exits we don't take. Instead, we soon end up in the back of yet another traffic jam. Marina stares out the window as we creep along. Where we are right now is nearly indistinguishable from the highways we've spent so much time on. There are a few actual arches around, but none distinct to get any real attention. Inch by inch, we've advanced down the road until we come to the parking lot for Double Arch. Only problem is, it's totally full. Not just busy, but packed. Every parking spot is taken, with a few cars jammed into empty space that's clearly not meant for that. Like lice, people swarm up and down the arch itself, visible even from the road. At least this time it isn't off limits.
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
Don't sound so glum. We can still go take a look.
We could ever find somewhere to park.
Yeah, that's a pretty big if. The entire caravan passes by the parking lot. There's at least a dozen cars behind me, too. Maybe a half mile up the road, we come across another lot. Up for a bit of walking?
Yeah.
I quickly take up one of the remaining spaces. There are a few openings here. Looks like most people weren't as willing to walk as Marina is. Some of the cars behind us pull in too. We opt to leave the metal detector and other equipment in the RV for now. If we see anything that looks promising, we can come back and grab it. The walk back up to Double Arch doesn't take long, and it's nice to be outdoors again. We have to stick to the very edge of the road to avoid the stream of cars flowing towards us. Seems there was more than a dozen behind us after all. There's a short hike from the Double Arch parking lot to the arch itself. It's an easy one, and we don't even break a sweat. Up close, it's obvious that there aren't many people here just to see the sights. Almost everyone is carrying a shovel or other tool. There's a pair of park rangers watching, but they don't seem to be intervening at all. They just slouch against the wooden fence, looking defeated. Can you imagine how big of celebrities we'd be if anyone here knew we found the Shiprock treasure? I whisper as quietly as I can to Marina.
Thinking about that earlier. I kind of wanted to show off, but that's probably not a good idea.
Like anyone would believe us anyway, but you don't want to have to face have your face all over the New York Times as one of the girls who found the treasure.
And the local newspapers on my bucket list.
Dream big, Marina.
My friends from school would totally have a heart attack when they found out. Don't they always say to keep it a secret if you win the lottery?
Yeah, otherwise people will never leave you alone. You'll get all sorts of messages from people who you used to know or long-lost relatives.
I have enough not lost relatives to deal with. So I don't want to get kidnapped and held for ransom or something like that. What about you?
No way, I'm just gonna quietly retreat into one of my 3 mansions when all this is over.
Oh, you're only gonna buy 3?
Yeah, gotta save the rest for my 14 new motorhomes after all. She giggles.
I get to drive one of them?
No. Why not? But you could buy your own, you know.
No way, I just come bother you if I need one.
We've gotten as close to the archers as we can. The mob of sweaty people is too thick for us to push our way through. There are dozens of people sweeping out over the dusty ground of metal detectors. Hanging back around the edge, Marina's smile fades away quickly. Yeah, this is a bit of a mess. People jostle and push each other out of the way. It's hard to believe anyone is actually prospecting so much as they are just trying not to lose their spot.
Maybe we should come back later?
I don't know if it'll be any better later, but maybe. I guess, though if the treasure is here, I feel like somebody would have found it by now. Just like back at Canyon de Celli. You know, this must have been going on for a few days now.
Yeah.
All the enthusiasm she had a minute ago when we were joking around has evaporated in the desert sun. A rock skips past my foot as she kicks at the dirt. I poke her and she yelps in surprise. Hey now, I'm not saying we give up, I'm just saying we regroup and strategize. We can go see the rest of the park in the meantime. Did you say you've been wanting to see this place for a while?
Yeah, I guess.
It's obvious that she's still bummed, but there's nothing I can do about that. Once we're back in the motorhome, we leave the busy main road ASAP and spend a while seeing the sights from our air-conditioned comfort. Marina's mood improves steadily throughout the day, counteracted only by our growing hunger. As we pull back into Moab, we're both ravenous. Ravenous?
Ravenous. It's ravenous.
Okay. Wanna just heat up our leftovers? Guessing that's a no?
I'm not ready for pancakes again yet. I need a day. Maybe a week.
Let me know if you see somewhere you want me to stop. Now that it's approaching evening, there aren't any more massive traffic jams going through Moab. We can cruise through at a steady pace, just like when we first got into Arches. Until I slam on the brakes. I really hope that at some point in this game there's another like diner scene, but with the other group as well. I want to see what chaos that would be. Oh,
do they get the chalky milk?
Yeah, you're kidding me. Marina has been slouching, but bolts upright at the sudden stop.
What happened?
Just a few feet ahead, in the parking lot, yes! Of the diner we ate at this morning is Maria's motorhome. Look at that, it's them. I point and Marina leans forward. When she recognizes their RV, she grins.
Did we go see them?
What? No way, that's extra reason to avoid that place.
But Amber, maybe we could see about teaming up for the treasure here or something.
That'd never happen. Maria would rather lose every time than have our help. Besides, it's not like...
Please?
Already giving up in my head, I give Marina one last desperate look. Seriously?
Yeah, even if we don't team up, it'd be nice to see them again.
Not sure if nice is the word I'd use. Despite my muttering, I flick on my blinker and change lanes, pulling into the parking lot yet again. Like this morning, it seems pretty busy. I have to park next to Maria's RV because it's the only open spot for large enough. Marina skips out and towards the entrance while I trudge behind her. It doesn't take long to find the trio, even amongst all the eccentric people that the hunt has drawn. Their questionable fashion sense stands out. They have a large table near the back, bigger than the one Marina and I ate this morning. Joseph and Tesh share a bench while Maria's spread across the opposite side. It's probably supposed to look sultry, but it comes across more like the bench is devouring her. When she sees them, Marina scurries to the back, hand raised in greeting. I bring up the rear, still slow.
Hey guys!
Tess and Joseph both wave, the latter smiling when he sees us. Maria looks surprised for a second, but then scowls and turns toward the wall. The feeling is mutual. Hey, imagine running into you two here. Just got into town?
Oh, we've been here all day. Actually ate breakfast at this place this morning.
Yeah, you're always a couple of steps behind us, I guess. Maria's glare is stonier than Double Arch itself, but of course she keeps looking at the wall instead of us. Joseph laughs though. Here, let's break bread. He and Tess scoot down the booth, making some room which Marina promptly fills. I'm left next to the smoldering fury that is Maria. She moves her leg just a little, but enough for me to sit down. Thanks, sorry to barge in on you guys like this. It's no problem. More the merrier.
I hope you don't expect us to cover your bill.
Groaning, Joe puts his hand over Tess's ears. Could you at least try not to be a pain in the ass between the hours of 5 p.m. and 6 in the morning? It would make my life a lot easier. He uncovers Tess's ears and gives us a blank look. She's right though, there's no way we can afford that.
We had to dine and dash for breakfast.
Okay. So what about you? How long have you been here? We got around lunchtime. Spent forever and a half stuck in traffic though. He sounds worn out. I wonder if Maria ever lets him drive, or makes him. Us too. We were gonna look around Double Arch, but it was too busy. Yeah, we took one look at it and just kept driving. Didn't even want to try it.
Sis said anyone who bothered to get out was...
What?
Weren't supposed to hear that!
Is Tess allowed to say fuck?
Yes.
I
Now, not in front of company, but like...
In private.
Yeah.
I told you, this girl hears everything. Anyway, we were thinking about heading back this evening. See if it maybe cleared out some.
We're gonna do that too! I was telling Amber that we should see if maybe you guys wanted to team up and we can look together.
Hell no.
Oh no.
The two of us look at each other. Seems all that we ever agree on is not sticking together. No offense to you, Joe. Just didn't wanna, you know. I trail off, trying to think of an excuse that didn't want to deal with Maria, which is the truth. But Joseph just laughs and waves it off. No, I get what you mean. Don't think Maria would be too fond of splitting the goods either. Marina frowns, but perks up after just a second. Soon, a waitress comes to take our order. Marina and I are careful to order meals on the smaller side, just sandwiches with fries. On the other hand, Maria's order comes with a bunch of requirements as to what can and can't be on it. By the time she's made so many substitutions and extras, it hardly resembles the item described in the menu. So, can I tell you ladies that it's not that the parade of elephants, the dedicated and delicate arch was a no-go too. Think we might try the skyline next. Good luck, I guess. Wonder how many of those the miner would have known about, though. Pretty sure this park wasn't founded till after the gold rush. Joseph shrugs.
Amber knows a lot about these places. She's like an encyclopedia.
I can feel my face flushed like always when she praises me. Not really, I just know bits and pieces. Still something to be proud of. Aren't too many girls your age who care about anything that happened more than 5 years ago. It's really nothing special. Is he being sexist, or is he just specifying girls because everybody else with him is a girl?
I don't know. I'm assuming the latter.
Yeah. It's really nothing special. I just spent a lot of time on the road when I was younger. That's so? I appreciate his leaving it as an open-minded question rather than prying. Marina looks at me, eyes wide, probably to see if I'm about to cry or something. I try to be nonchalant. Yeah, until I was in middle school. My grandpa used to drive me all over the country. Sounds like a fun time. It was. Guess there's no point in hiding it. Plus, Joseph has this kind of disarming air to him, like he excludes calmness. Passed away a little while ago, still a little. I tap my throat, hoping that gets my point across. It does. Joseph nods. I'm sorry for your loss. I know how hard that can be. Thanks. Marina's eyes flick between me and Joseph. She must be pretty worried, so I force a smile, even though I can feel that growing glumness that shows up anytime I talk about Gramps. Meeting the stork has helped a lot, though. I jerk my chin towards Marina, who looks shocked, as if I could have been talking about anyone else. Spent a while moping around before that.
Family's good.
I blink. It's so easy to forget she's there. Yeah, definitely. I hadn't really thought of it before, but Tess seems to be in a similar situation I was, growing up on the go and all. I'm curious how it happened, but I won't ask. Not my place. A far-off look seeps onto Joe's face. He stares out the window, like he's gazing at something 100 yards away. Maria glances up at him. For a split second, if that, she even looks a little concerned. But then it's right back to business as usual. She leers over at me and shoves herself back into the conversation.
So, what are you gonna do?
Huh?
All this is over.
She gestures around. Dinner?
Oh, dumbass. I mean the treasure hunt. Get it, I don't actually care.
Don't know yet. Mare and I have been kind of talking about that.
He's gonna buy 3 mansions.
Yeah, that'll have plenty of time to figure out stuff in my mansions. 3 of us chuckle, but then the conversation trails off. Tess and Marina are working on coloring Tess's menu. From what I can see, it has different characters than the one in this morning. They look like they make a good team. Each of them works on separate pictures, but switch from time to time. So Marina will color the hair on one character, then Tess colors the clothes. Despite not talking at all, they don't ever get in each other's way. Joseph also observes from above, smiling slightly. He's usually the one to play with Tess, so it must be nice for her to have some company. On the other hand, like a jug of milk, Maria's mood seems to be getting more and more sour. I don't even know what she's mad about this time. Maybe something happened before we showed up, or maybe it's because we showed up. Either way, she ought to have memorized every single detail of the wall she's been staring at this entire time. She doesn't look up until our food arrives a little bit later. It's a good thing we have a large table because there's still hardly any room left once all the plates are set down. My sandwich is so big it takes 2 hands to hold, and I have enough fries to sustain Ireland for the winter. When Marina picks up her sandwich, all the ingredients pour out the back. She quickly gives up trying to reconstruct and just uses a knife and fork instead. Watching the other 3 eat is amusing too. Joseph chews with slow, measured bites, whereas Maria attacks her meal like it owes her money. Across from her, Tess is cutting up chicken tenders with surgical precision. Marina catches me staring and smiles at me covertly. Seems she noticed too. Maria's the first to finish eating. I'm just a couple bites behind. That's embarrassing.
What is this? Like, family dinner night?
Yeah. The rivalry is strong. She wipes...
Kismesis.
Oh my god! I mean, that works, but now I'm really mad that I agree with that.
Sorry, I couldn't let the slide. I couldn't let the slide.
She wipes her face with a napkin, then finally looks at me. Where are you 2 staying? It could be an innocent question, or it could be a trap. Around, we'll find a parking lot somewhere.
Thieves are gonna have a late start then.
I guess. Don't tell me you planned ahead and got a campsite.
Be stupid. Of course not. Wait, that's not what I meant.
I scoff she backtracks to keep from insulting herself.
I mean is, there's no way they're gonna bother checking every single permit. There's too much going on right now. Pick a nice spot out of the way. Don't make trouble and it'll be fine.
Don't make trouble and Maria seem like an oxymoron. Joe flatly stares at Maria. Easier said than done. Good luck with that, I don't want to take the risk. On foot, if you're trespassing you get caught, most of the time you'll just get thrown out. But I don't want our license plate getting written down or something if we were to do what she suggests. Maria shrugs.
Yourself! Don't say I didn't never try to help you. Didn't never.
You ever camp here before, Amber? Sounds like you know the place. Long time ago. I don't remember a whole lot. Just good at remembering names, I guess. Useful skill to have. Yeah, used to be. Before we'd go anywhere. Gramps and I would research the place we were going, history and stuff like that. You sure learned a lot of useful stuff from him, huh? Yep. Always wanted to make him proud. He used to say I was a real chip off the... My words catch in my throat. Not because I'm emotional, but because I just realized something. Remembered it, rather. Maria and Joe know it, too. Mine and Maria's eyes lock. She bolts up at my words. The other two look confused.
We're leaving.
What? That was an interesting effect.
Piggybacks.